was something as a young man, as when I was selling drugs, me and the guy that got me selling drugs, we would stay up till wee hours in the morning, talking about how one day we would go legit. And this little greedy voice popped in my head, says, Ron, start selling drugs. You could be the big man on the block now. So sure enough, I just started selling drugs and we started moving a lot of weight. And then next thing you know, one of my distributors got locked up. And I was so afraid of my life at that point. I'm like, they're probably in the jail cell right now. It's saying Rob Papke, right?
Yeah,
They're living that type of lifestyle. It was ugly.
that's right.
And so I always wanted this business. I wanted to go legit. I got rid of the rest of the drugs, and I was a different man from that day forth. And what
Man, I really appreciate you sharing that. And one of the reasons that me and my staff, we decided to do this podcast is for some of the youth not to make the same decisions that we made. I did the same thing in my teens and my 20s. I sold drugs. I got in, sold drugs, and the cleaning business was my exit out. My exit out. Got into trouble. And I thank God that that was my exit out. And sometimes I know, at least in my neighborhood that I grew up in, a lot of the entrepreneurs that I saw daily were drug dealers. And unfortunately, I repeated that process myself. Unfortunately, and thank God today, and that's one of the passions that I have, and some of my staff as well. That we don't, if something we can do to encourage people, other entrepreneurs, and also to encourage the youth that they don't have to sell drugs, and that you can make it without that, and start a business without having to sell drugs or gangs today, that